why are we worrying about Mbeumo? Mbeumo's going to happen. It's time to start panicking about everything else.
There you go. So that's good news and bad news.
Good news.
Good news is we're getting Mbeumo. The bad news is everything else is absolutely good.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is Off the Bar. My name is Joe. That is Adam McKola. That is Jay Motti. And today we are talking Manchester United, of course.
Again.
Yes. Outgoings. Incomings. What is going on?
Did you say plural?
But there's all sorts to talk about because there's been updates on Marcus Rashford, on Jadon Sancho. There's been updates on Brian Mbeumo via the medium of Wissa. But first of all, Adam McKola, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm all right, man.
You good?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to our little trip next
1 week till we go.
Yeah,
ready?
man.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, no one's got a visa, so we're not going.
Yeah, why not?
You don't need one.
Why do I have to do
It's the land of the free.
Individual visa.
They welcome you
illegal,
with
isn't it?
open arms. You don't need
They're welcome,
paperwork.
Are you brave?
You just go there. You just say, how's it going? Yeah, we're from Paddock
Free and
that.
brave?
Yeah, and they'll go, yeah, come in.
Ever heard of,
Proud to be an
I
American.
don't know, the Louisiana Purchase?
Exactly.
We'll just say old stuff to them.
Yeah.
Ever heard of the Tea Party guys?
Yeah, the Boston
Ellis
Tea Party.
Island?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Aye.
What's that?
Ellis Island.
What's Boston Tea Party?
Boston, they threw a load of tea in and seeing that.
Was that is that a historical event?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Because there's a place
kicks off
called
the War
Boston
of Independence.
Tea, like a chain, innit?
Yeah.
Is that?
Of cafes.
Do you remember the tea party, the actual tea party?
Mad Hatter style?
No, the Sarah Palin and all their lot.
No.
You know what? Yesterday, yeah,
Go on.
I ended up down a little rabbit hole,
All right.
and
Your own bum?
wouldn't reach.
Carry on.
And there was this TikTok thing that popped up on my YouTube, and it said it was like from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
And the last scene, it's got someone hanging. Have you seen that?
What? You haven't said it yet?
Because I don't know. Can I say it?
You can say it.
Got someone like that.
Someone unalived themselves in the shot at the back.
What?
Have you seen that?
No, I've not.
It's mad, you know.
What, literally, like, actually, or is it part of the show?
Little guys.
Yeah, we
What
get
were
it.
they called again? Munchkins.
We don't need to see it.
One of the Munchkins killed themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're 2 minutes into the podcast, and we're already talking about Munchkins.
But is
chopping
it real?
themselves. What did
We've
one
never
of the
heard of it
Munchkins
until now.
Wizard.
What in the Wizard of Oz film?
It's off to see the wizard.
Yeah, I've
you know
seen
the end bit when they're walking
No,
away.
in the end bit. In it all a dream?
No.
I thought it was all a dream.
We might have to cut this out.
Look, you see that bit at the back there?
Yeah.
Apparently that's Munchkin hanging.
It's literally just a black
There used to
square.
be that rumour about 3 men and a baby. There was a ghost in one of the scenes and it weren't. It was just someone like one of the prop guys who was in the other room.
So, breaking news. 1970s movie Wizard of Oz.
1970s. Yeah.
1970s, yeah, you're only about 40 years out.
30s.
You know, I didn't
It's
realise.
pre-World War II, that bad boy.
You know, Disney Jungle Book, yeah, that's from like the 70s as well. I thought that came
What's
out
also from the
it's
50s?
Not. It's well
from the
before
50s. Yeah, from the
40s,
50s. I don't know why my
yeah.
reference point is everything's in the 70s. But okay, I didn't realise it was so old,
Yeah.
70 years old. Then let's say.
Yeah.
That I thought that came out 4 years before Lion King.
No.
You know what I mean?
Those like Cinderella, Snow White, Jungle Book, all them. Like, they're from like the 50s.
Remember when someone would come round your gaff with like a piece of paper with all the films on and that?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I want that video.
We just go to Thorpe
Like
Market
Jungle Book
for
was,
that.
you wouldn't think like a 50-year-old film would still be on there, innit?
That's amazing.
Did you used to have, while we're on the Disney wormhole,
Yeah.
did you used to have the collection of books with like the blue folder and it had like the Disney ears on it, but then it was like
No.
Lion King. You never had that?
No, my
Everyone
mates
had that.
My mates had that.
I've been looking for mine, you know.
You'll never find it now. Speaking of looking for things that we'll never find,
Nice. I
football.
presume so.
Like, I want to talk about this Wissa stuff to start with. Because,
That's it.
Let me see.
oh yeah, I remember
That's
that.
it.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah,
We can show people. We can put it in the.
yeah,
in the
very
thing.
good.
Very good.
Well done.
Give me.
Is that how you speak to your son? Yeah, well done.
Yeah, very well.
Get it away.
Well done.
Stop trying to confiscate my phone, man. What's it? Where are we living? What is this?
This is America.
All we've talked about is Disney so far.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
4
I
minutes
thought
in.
this was America.
Go on.
Wissa to
Johan.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
We've seen David Ornstein talking about this today, saying that there's a genuine interest there, that they wanted to sign. It was Newcastle, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and that it may be dependent on whether Brian Mbeumo leaves. They might not want to sell both of them.
Yeah, the way it was
Your thoughts?
worded, it was just like it could affect it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's necessarily like they're not going to sell both of them, or it might increase the fee for Mbeumo, because if they sell, we said they've already sold, is it Norgard? Norgard, there you go, almost got it right. Who cares? Some guy to Arsenal. Only for about 10 million, to be fair. If they sold Wissa for, let's say, 40 million, because I think he's 28, so it's not going to be massive money, can they play hardball then with Mbeumo, saying, look, you know, we've got 50 million in, we don't need to...
Why are they playing hardball with us?
Because they don't have to, he's their best player in Mbeumo. They don't have to sell him. He's got a year and then another year option. So they could say, right, we want this 70 million or jog on. And if they keep him, I don't think they're in a bad position, because they've still kept a mint player and they've got money anyway.
It's done, man. Don't worry, man.
You told me this last week, you.
And Mbeumo's going to happen. What I would be worried about is everything else. And Mbeumo will be in a Man United shirt at some point.
What if he isn't?
He will be.
But let's just say he doesn't. What then?
He will be.
Bruv, trust me. Listen, that's as good as a here we go, bruv.
And Mbeumo is going to get done.
Yeah.
Do you
swear down? Do you swear down?
Swear down.
Right, okay.
Swear on your mum's life.
But the issue is everything else.
On his mother's life. On his mother's grave.
Are you bringing her into it?
Well, that's the ultimate, isn't it?
Not dead.
In the office where he says, do you swear? He says, on his mother's grave.
Someone else's mum's grave. Do you swear down?
Grave talk today, innit? Huh?
You swear on your mum's life?
I swear down, like James Brown.
Swear down.
But
Fair
what
enough.
if he doesn't?
It is, guys. Come on, man. Let's stop. We're falling into the trap
But it hasn't
that the
happened yet.
mainstreams media want you to fall into.
The mainstreams.
Yeah. That,
The mainstreams media.
Let's talk about
It's like
Mbeumo
Bananas
every
Foster.
day.
Yeah.
Fabrizio Morano, absolutely.
Fabrizio who? Morano?
Romano, absolutely.
Fabrizio
Tossing out
Moana
fucking 50
from
tweets a day
Disney
about
Plus.
Mbeumo. Guys, relax, man. It's going to happen. Worry about everything else. The fact that we've got a goalkeeper with Poppadom wrists in goal. You got fucking Rasmus Højlund, who can't hit a fucking barn door with an absolute tractor. You got fucking... Who else? We still got Casemiro somehow is hanging about, but he looks really fit, so I don't know what's going on there. Kobbie Mainoo, where is he going to play? Then you got Bruno Fernandes. He may as well be the striker at this rate. Like, what is this team, man? And we picked up a few million from Elanga and Alvaro and all that. But we've still got Anthony on the books, Sancho on the books, Rashford on the books. Why are we worrying about Mbeumo? Mbeumo's going to happen. It's time to start panicking about everything else.
There you go. So that's good news and bad news.
Good news.
Good news is we're getting Mbeumo. The bad news is everything else is absolutely fucked.
Am I not right, though?
Cataclysmic news.
Yeah.
Do you
You're
really-
still
I
thinking
do
about
what
the
you mean.
We don't
cataclysmic
waste this
news,
time
aren't
with
you?
Mbeumo
Yeah.
and not game.
As much as I'm worried about whether we sign Mbeumo or not, I'm worried about what we have lost by wasting this much time trying to sign him. The head start on other transfers.
Does it get to that point then, Joe? Sorry to interrupt. Do you think that it gets to that point where we have to sign him because we cannot have wasted 8 weeks not signing him?
Yeah,
I
do think it gets to that
I
point.
think there's an acceptance and probably an understanding on behalf of Mbeumo and Man United. This deal's gonna happen. Maybe even Brentford know it. The only reason we're hearing all this kind of fallout and extra talk and that is because the journals are doing what the journals do and squeezing every bit of juice out of Man
But then it
United as
hasn't
they can.
happened, though,
It's like
to be fair.
we're probably waiting for some, a few of the other deals to happen. Maybe the Elanga money to drop, the Alvaro money to drop, and then we'll go, here's your money, Brentford, shut the fuck up.
Would you be happy with that, 70 million? Would you be all right with that deal?
Oh, I don't care anymore.
You don't.
I think under 70.
It's better than
would be-
Anthony, innit?
We can't have that as the benchmark, though,
Well,
to
it
be
is.
fair.
But
We
it
can't.
is.
I mean, he is, but that's...
I mean, Elanga just cost 50 million.
I know. I'm like...
I think under 70 feels a lot different to 70. Like
I know what he means.
But
though.
like the 5 million,
I know
but you know,
I know
the
where you're
5
coming
million
from.
difference between 65 and 70 million
Yeah.
is a lot bigger than any 5 million difference below that.
Yeah.
Like 50 to 55 is the same number. 65 to 70 is a massive jump somehow.
yeah.
And I think he'll be judged differently. The memes will be different. The pressure will be different. The whole way that pundits talk about him will be different. You go from being like him and Cunha both coming for a similar amount to like Elanga and players like that, where it's like you're not one of the best players in the league and you're going for 50, 60 million. 70 million, you're into that territory of like, you need to be a game changer for your team.
Højlund gets it done here. Like,
Yeah.
the price tag is always mentioned with Højlund.
Yeah.
Because of like 70 million quid.
I'd argue Mbeumo's worth it compared to...
No, I'm not saying that he is.
I don't think anyone's really worth it, but when you compare other deals happening on the market, it's probably worth it.
Do you think?
I just find Brentford are being really. Why do teams do this when it's us? Start moving. Oh yeah, we want 60. We want the same as Cunha. Now we want 70 million. Like, why does the goalpost keep being moved?
Don't know.
Do you put any weight in the idea that United have to play hardball to not get our pants pulled down in the future?
Yeah, we have to. This is like, do you know when someone goes to uni and all of a sudden they get new clothes, and they come back at Christmas and they're dressing all differently and they're all cool now and they started smoking weed and they went from being a nerd at school to being like some sort of trendy cool guy who's shagging everyone at uni.
Yeah.
That's what Ineos are coming in.
Do I know?
You saw a lot of that around you.
Yeah.
But like, this is what United have to do, and we have to do it now. You've got that new term feeling of like, it's Ineos now, right? It's new, it's different. It's none of that old Glazer stuff. If we just carry on doing what they did, all it takes is this summer window for every team in Europe to go, they're just the same shitty losers they used to be, where you ask for 75 million, they argue for 2 months, and then they pay it. This is the time where we have to be different to what it was before. It's all Ineos' people now. There's no Murtaugh, there's no Glazers. I mean, I know the Glazers are still there, but they're not running it. We have to come in and be sexy new Man United who don't fuck around with fees. They're not going to have their pants pulled down, and they're not going to get suckered into last-minute splurges on the wrong players. It's really important that we do play hardball, because otherwise this whole new sort of Ineos structure will be undermined straight away. I think it's really important that we don't get our pants pulled down. But we also have to get the deal done still, because otherwise we're going to end up in that Anthony situation all over again, or Casemiro all over again.
We need Mbeumo, but
yeah, we
don't want to look like
I know.
It's
hard.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And this isn't an Anthony thing where that was such a dumb transfer. And we spoke about him before he came. 8 goals and 4 assists in his last season at Ajax. Wasn't any remotely near the numbers that Brian Mbeumo's done in the Premier League. It's a different type of player.
And he's done it in the Premier League for 3 years. Not 20 goals, but 15, 16, 20 goals and assists every year. Yeah, that's a massive difference.
Same with Oyland as well. What was it, 9? Was it for Atalanta? I think 9 goals in Serie A in his last season at Atalanta, or something like that.
Something like that.
Again, not the same.
No. But we'll get there. Hopefully we do get there. Hopefully it's this weekend. Because we go, like we said, we go away on Wednesday. If you're Amorim, that's when you start getting pissed off. Because all of a sudden then, not only have you not gotten for that first game against West Ham, I think it is in America. Obviously, you're missing the Leeds game now. And Mbeumo could sign today and he ain't playing against Leeds on Saturday. But then also you're in that thing of like, oh, he's going to have to come for the next game or the last game because he needs to get his American visa sorted. He needs to get his English work permit and then the American visa. And then he's just going to meet the squad when they get back from the tour. And then you have missed like 6 weeks of training then. And you've got 2 weeks until the season starts. The players get back on the 4th of August, I think, and the first game is like the 17th or the 19th. So if we don't get him done in the next few days, there's a chance that his first game in a Man United shirt is the fucking opener of the season. And that is literally setting Amorim up for failure. So this next week, these next few days, is absolutely massive in all this. Because and also that's just the first 2 transfers. We still need another 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And they're all almost destined now to be last minute things because we haven't even heard any names that we're linked with.
But I'd imagine they know the players they want.
You'd hope so.
Like I don't feel. Look, I think business needs to get done ASAP. But I don't feel the way I used to feel with Murtaugh and that running the gaff. I do feel like these lot make more of the right decisions than the wrong decisions in terms of transfers.
Yeah. No,
it's just the cash thing, isn't it? Got to cut our cloth accordingly, and we've kind of got to. Maybe they've just been waiting, like they've been knowing. Once that Elanga drops, we got some money there. Once that Alvaro drops, we got some money there. Yeah. You know, hopefully.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope you're right.
I don't think it is that. I think we're still arguing over the actual fee.
Sick of it.
I don't think
Yeah.
But then maybe they've gone right. We want him to be with the team in America. So they've given themselves that deadline to agree. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we'll drag this out with Brentford until then.
Yeah. But if you're Brentford, you know that.
Also, if United go, we're not interested. Even if they're playing hardball, they just go, all right, Spurs, you still want him?
Yeah. Or do you want Wissa? We'll just keep him Mbeumo for a year and sell him to United next year for 50 million. Or what, whatever it may be. It is hard.
It happens, man. Let's stop talking about. I'm sick of it, man.
All right, let's talk about some outgoings instead then.
Fucking boring, man.
Jadon Sancho's one you want to talk about, wasn't it, Jay?
There's all been loads of noise again on social media and some comments as well. It's not just Sancho. I think Rashford got a bit of stick off Teddy Sheringham. Look, I love Teddy Sheringham. Sheringham was saying, no, that he doesn't think he deserves a move to Barcelona. And people pushing back saying, look, we want him, just let him go. Like, why is there anger about where he's going to go and where he deserves a move? Like, what's the issue here? If he's not going to play for Manchester United, then what we say now, he can't go to Barcelona, or he shouldn't go to another club. What's even that about? Sancho's been getting grief, as he always does, because he posted some pictures on social media of the Wireless Festival. Someone actually said to him, I think, on his comments, "You're the worst United player ever," and he just said, "Have a good week," and he replied to it. And it's just getting all just the usual, just anger and messiness. And I just want United to get some sales done, get these players moved on, so we can all get on with our lives and we can stop all this nonsense and drama. Because the one thing that worries me about it all as well is it just seems to indicate that we're nowhere near moving them on as well. Yeah. All this mess and nonsense and noise.
Well, there's been some talk about Juventus today, isn't it?
Yeah, but then is that went from a 25 million bid, then all of a sudden it was looking like it could be closer to 8 at one point. Then there's this other issue of we're going to have to pay Jadon Sancho the rest of his contract, which technically I think is true, because if he's moving on, he's still entitled to that, which again is another issue. I just think, right, come on, let's work this out, get him moved on, and as you were pointing out there about the money situation from other sales that we need to come in, then maybe we can start not just buying Mbeumo, we need a lot more than him. Yeah, getting it all done. It seems like it's just a mess on all fronts at the minute.
The guy's a clown as well, man.
Sorry?
The guy's a clown, man. Like, bruv,
which
look
guy?
after Jadon Sancho. Yeah. Do you not care about your career? Happy to just sit around fucking... You can easily go and earn 75% of what you're earning at Man United elsewhere and play weekly, but you want to fuck around in the hope... I don't know. It's obviously Manchester United's fault, because we end up in these deals. We don't do proper research on players. I think if we would have done just a tiny little bit on research, we would have found out he was a dickhead at Dortmund as well. And I think it's our own fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's like, even if you take the Rashford incident, it's like, it's because of the culture of the club that we've ended here. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of Marcus Rashford, and when he was at his pomp for Man United, he was an amazing player to watch, and his story's great and everything like that. But we rush and give these guys 300 grand a week, 350 grand a week, and now when their motivation isn't there anymore, and it's difficult to get them motivated to leave, it's difficult to get them motivated to play for us, it's difficult to do anything, just because they're on these big, stupid contracts. Nobody will want to bring them in. That's why we've got to start. And it's why we might get rid of Anthony. It's why Anthony's more of a realistic option, because for some clubs, because his wages aren't that high.
Yeah.
It's United's own fault, really. But Jadon Sancho should be embarrassed of himself. When you look at the ability that he's got, I think he's got more ability than most footballers in the world. Like, if you did it on a pure percentage basis, like, his ability levels are crazy, and he's just a little chubby fucking waste of space, man.
It is annoying, and it is sad. It's saddening as well, because you look at Sancho when he was first at Dortmund. Those numbers, we all giddy when we signed it.
Crazy.
And then he got here, and then I saw Ollie on the overlap saying Sancho told us he wanted to play on the left, but we already had Rashford there. I think, well, did you not know that before you bought him? Like, what's that? And he's like saying, there was the reports in the Athletic that, like you mentioned there, Maka, they used to, at Dortmund, room him with Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland's professionalism rubbed off on him. Like, because he was always late and just couldn't be bothered and all that sort of stuff. And you think, well, again, if you've not done your own work, like, it just seems
also,
like...
Even if in a world you go, well, that's in Germany, we don't see that. He was at Man City before that.
Yeah.
Like, surely there's some... I know it's that we're rivals, but we all know what it's like with people who work within close proximity to each other, especially in the same industry. Even if you are rivals, you probably know a little bit about what's being said person to person in the bars after work. Like, how did United not know anything about the fact that this guy had been sort of, like you said, notoriously difficult to get the best out of, let's say. Yeah. I know he's not a nightmare of a person, but he needs an arm around the shoulder and a corral and an alarm clock and a kick up the arse at all times throughout most of his career. How do we not know that? Especially in a team where you've already got players who, at the time with Solskjaer, the previous manager had fallen out with some of these players for not being professional enough and for not taking their role seriously enough. Yeah. And then he leaves, you bring Solskjaer in, it all feels like it's moving in the right direction. And then you start bringing players in, like you bring Sancho and Ronaldo in the same window. And when you think of what they expect of themselves and their teammates, that was never going to... I'm not saying they fell out all the time, but it's an incongruous transfer window. Someone like Ronaldo, who is like in the ice bath at 4 a.m, and then you've got Jadon Sancho, who's playing FIFA at 4 a.m, and you're trying to make a functioning squad work together. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm not blaming Solskjaer for that. The whole thing is just like, what did we think was going to happen here? We need to move away from that, not encourage it.
I just hope the Ineos whoever bear that in mind with Amorim.
Yeah.
Because it is a mess and it's still ongoing. He's still feeling those ripple effects of all these bad deals we did, these contracts we gave out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he obviously felt he can't get a tune out of Marcus Rashford. He can't work with him. Mark was saying when Rashford's in his pomp, fantastic player to watch. Scores amazing goals in big games, but he hasn't been that guy.
I think
wasn't
it's not
that guy
even
for
just
Amorim.
about not working. It's like, does someone deserve? Is someone working hard enough and earning the opportunity, really?
Yeah.
Because it's not about I can't work with him. Maybe you could work with him, but are you doing enough to even earn that?
After the Everton game where he scored a brace, when it all came out that he'd been out, and apparently that was one of the things that frustrated Amorim because Rashford told him, no, that's not true, and it was.
Yeah.
And we'd seen that in the past, hadn't we, with Belfast, where we'd gone to Belfast, and we spoke to a few journalists who were annoyed because they'd been told off Rashford's people that, he wasn't in Belfast that second night. That's nonsense. Yeah. And he was. Yeah. And there was evidence of it. Yeah. So that's how the relationship he had with certain media, because they were like, well, you've lied to us. Yeah. So you made us look like knobheads because we've ran the story that it's not true, and then it actually is. Yeah. And it also soured it with Erik ten Hag, but Erik ten Hag had the opinion with Rashford, didn't he, that I need him. Yeah. I've got to stomach his faults because he's the guy that scored 30 goals in his first season for me. He's my guy, basically. Amorim obviously thought that's not the case. If you're not going to do what I need you to do in training, or if you're going to lie to me, or if you're not looking after yourself, I'll bite the bullet. And he still has enough credit in the bank to get away with that. My worry is,
at the start, don't you?
Yeah, if next season we're struggling, people going, oh, he's not the guy. But he's still dealing with all this. He's still dealing with the contracts that we've given to the likes of Rashford and Sancho. And he's still dealing with the fact we haven't got money to spend that he needs because of that.
Yeah. And in his first summer window at Sporting, they got rid of 17 players.
17? How many have we got rid of?
We can't get rid of 7.
None. Have we sold anyone? Like literally sold this summer? I know we've played like Ericsson and Lindelof have left.
Just free contracts.
Yeah, they just contracts ran out. We haven't sold.
Loan deals.
The only deals we've got are the ones from Real Madrid buying a player from Benfica and Newcastle buying a player from Forest. Oh, and sorry, who's the other lad that went as well?
Max Oyedele.
Thank you. Yeah. Like, it's such a nightmare, and it's a nightmare that takes time to fix. Yeah. Like Fergie had a similar situation in the sense that when he came here, we had so many injuries, he had a drinking culture, he had to fix it, and it took a while. His saving grace was in his first full season, we finished second, albeit a distant second to the Scousers. Amorim's under a lot of pressure now because he's had that sort of first 8 months. Yeah. If he has a bad start next season, people aren't going to go, well, he inherited a mess, or no, look at what he's got to deal with. People are going to go, well, you've had a season where you didn't do what you should have done, now you've had another one where you're doing the same.
I think, I know obviously they've not won anything, but look at Arteta at Arsenal. He had a similar situation to fix. He had big name players on too much money who had resigned themselves that on the surface they're professional and they do sort of the right things, but they don't care when they lose. They don't have standards to win. No. They're not motivated to be the best team in the country. And that took him 2.5 seasons to fix, a couple of 8th place finishes along the way.
Don't happen at United, that does it?
Well, it doesn't so far, but maybe now we have to accept that might happen. It might be 8th next season.
No, I mean, when I say it doesn't happen, I mean that patience.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Van Gaal finished 6th and won an FA Cup and got the back.
But I almost think Van Gaal's problem, not Van Gaal, sorry, I'm thinking Ten Hag when you said Van Gaal. But Van Gaal was a bit different because that was...
Jose was available.
And also it
was only 12 months after Fergie had left.
That's fair enough.
But the situation we're in now is, look at Ten Hag, he finished 3rd in his first season and won a trophy. You can't go backwards now. So finishing 6th the season after, or 8th the season after, he was done. Whereas at least we've gone the other way with this, where if he finishes lower than 15th, he deserves to go. That's just a fact. But hopefully we'll have a bit of patience. And 8th place next season might give us a chance to do all the right things off the pitch, or some of them, and still give Amorim another year after that.
I think like when you look at Ineos and their people and that, and I know this won't really go down well with a lot of people, and it's probably because a lot of the decisions they've made along the way, difficult decisions, but they deserve time as well to sort this out. Yeah, like they've got a financial mess they've inherited. Jim Ratcliffe can't put any more money into it of his own, and it doesn't make financial sense because he doesn't own enough of the club to probably do that. So they're trying to sort his situation out on the ground whilst there's a summer transfer window going. And I know it's easy to go, wow, you should have been preparing from January. And you could argue they were kind of with Matheus Cunha and all this kind of stuff. But then you've got, the full team has only really been together for months, not years. Like Dan Ashworth left like halfway through, you know what I mean? Like this is a difficult transfer window for them. I'm not making excuses, it needs to be better. And way more should have been done by now, and we should have been looking forward. Maybe we should have been more proactive in selling players, but they've inherited this mess as well. Yeah. Much like Amorim, it's not like they've caused this mess and we're kind of going, oh yeah, you lot are to blame for this. They're trying to fix it. Well, at least we've got someone in the building that actually wants to make us a successful football team.
Yeah. Look at the names that we're talking about. Sorry.
No, go on.
Rashford, Sancho, Antony. You mentioned Casemiro before. I know he's not actively
it's not a problem, is he?
But he's someone that is a short-term issue and is on too much money. Even Højlund, you mentioned before, Onana, who you mentioned at the start. Every single one of those names I just mentioned,
still here,
were either players signed or contracts signed before Ineos got here. And in terms of like idiotic contracts since Ineos got here, I can't name one. I think maybe some of the transfers haven't all been amazing. But I think in terms of wasting money, Yoro was the most expensive. He's certainly not been a waste of money. I think he's excellent. And then you're dropping down 20 million to the next lot, where it's Xerxes for 40. I think De Ligt can go up to about 45. I wouldn't say either of those are failures. Xerxes needs to improve. I think De Ligt is very good. And then after that, you're dropping down to like Dorgus and Mazraouis in the 20s and teens. There hasn't been any disasters yet. It's not all been amazing, but we haven't had a 375 grand a week player or a 90 million quid player where you're like, what are we doing here? Or a 30-year-old coming in on big wages. It at least is coherent to a certain degree, even though we've had to switch managers and some of that's been stupid and they've made mistakes. But like you said, all those names we just mentioned, the real disaster problems that we've got to fix, they're not of Ineos's making or of, Barada's making, Wilcox's making, because they're not Ineos, are they? They're, the staff members. And they still have to fix all them. Man City and Liverpool are greasing the wheels of an already well-built machine. We're trying to fucking put the wheels together right now.
This is the thing as well. Ineos will make mistakes, and they have admitted that with Dan Ashworth. They made a mistake. And they might make signings like, we don't know what's going to happen with Xerxes. There's a player there, does it work out for him at United? Does it work out for Manuel Ugarte at United?
Oh, you got him.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, he's another one.
But that might be a mistake. You might look back and go, that happens with any club. Fergie bought bad players that weren't good enough for Manchester United, and he's the greatest manager of all time. You have to get past those mistakes, though, and obviously they'll have frequent ones all the time. So they might make one or two errors, but are they moving the club in the right direction, at least long term? Hopefully they are, because we can't just go, right, well, he made a bad signing, that's it. Same with Amorim. If he makes mistakes, that's it. Just hope he gets the opportunity to...
We need to get rid of players quickly.
Get through those mistakes.
We need to be quicker.
How do we do that?
I don't mean the speed in which we get rid of them during the transfer window. I mean Rasmus Højlund. You've had 2 years. Your time's up.
Ronnie
See
always
you
says
later.
it's Donny Ronaldo.
We can't. This is what's happened with a lot of the players that we can't get rid of. We just kept them around for too long. Look at Victor Lindelof. Yeah. He just left.
No.
He was never an issue in terms of, he was never a problem off the pitch. He was never a problem in the dressing room. But he was a problem on the pitch. He couldn't stay fit. He was very rarely good enough. And somehow, some way, he was getting like fucking applause on Old Trafford on the last day. It's like, how are you still here, bro?
On that front though, Macca, then, would you go ruthless this window with some of the players?
Yeah, get the motherfuckers.
Because there's a lot of players who've had 2 seasons at United.
I'm done. I'm finished.
Who've not like.
So hit with the list.
I could give you. Barada's got that thing in it. He said it was
2 years.
2 years, and if you're not showing it, you're out. And I understand with some young players, you might need more than 2 years. But at the same time, let's use Kobbie Mainoo for example. Right, he's been in the first team for 2 years. Let's say he was a signing. All right, he wasn't great for us last season, really. But it's clear that he's a fucking fantastic player, and you would never let go.
And also, his first season was amazing.
Rasmus Højlund, his first season was. I think that's okay, considering how poor United are.
Yeah.
His second season's just abysmal.
Yeah.
Get rid.
Okay.
There's no redeeming factors there. There's he might actually be good in Italy or something like that. Is there anything that tells you he's going to surprise us and score 30 goals next season? I'd love to be wrong, but I don't think so. Onana, he's been here 2 years. We know what you are.
Yeah.
You're a very good keeper sometimes who could also chuck it in his own net at any given moment.
Yeah.
We can't rely on you, bro. You got to go.
Well,
Now, I kind of don't mind if, out of all these players that we kind of feel that way about, Onana's the only one left because we've run out of time and we haven't got enough money and we're trying
12,
we're trying to spin all these plates. Yeah. Fine. But at least show to me, why are we posting all these pictures of Rasmus Højlund smiling, turning up at Carrington? Read the room, man. Get these guys gone. Like, I hate to be this guy, but we've just got to get ruthless, man. Like, Fergie was ruthless with a lot better players than some of these mobs that were still holding around.
Can I ask you about one more player who's been here 2 seasons? What about Mason Mount?
Again, I like Mason Mount. I don't think the manager will get rid of him.
Yeah.
Also, we haven't had 2 years. Like,
I think his get out of jail free card is his injuries.
Yeah.
Because unlike some other players, like Højlund's not really had major injuries.
But again, we could be.
Onana's not really had injuries. Mount has. And I still think he needs to do more when he does play.
He's only played 3 Premier League games, 3 starts in a Premier League in a row once since he got it.
And I think the manager loves him.
Yeah.
And I think the manager started him in the cup final, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he needs to start stepping up, man. He does, Mason Mount.
He does need
it's a big season for him.
Stepping up. He does. But the thing with Mason Mount is, I feel, I don't know if everyone else feels this way. Look, you might think he's a better player than me or a worse player than me, whatever. I actually think he's a decent player. But one thing with him, if he's fit, you are going to get a certain level of commitment and performance. Whether that's good enough or not, I don't know. But you're going to get, like, he's not going to toss it off.
It's not 2s and 10s, is it?
Yeah,
he's going to give you, like you said,
and
a minimum
be there
good
for
effort.
wage.
He's going to give you 5 out of 10,
He's
6 out of 10.
He's a 10 for me, Mason Mount, right? And if you get rid of Sancho, you get rid of Garnacho, Marcus Rashford can even play in that role. You get rid of all these. I understand why Mason Mount gets another season, but he can't. Even if it's injuries, he can't have another season like the last 2. No. He can't. But again, can't give him 4 seasons.
If someone we're getting rid of him, I can't. I can't fight that because you haven't done anything. But at the same time, I think because he has probably shown, and I think in Carrington he probably would have been a great character. He would have shown his work rate. He would have shown how, and I think those things do matter to managers. If you're someone who's showing that your heart's in it, and every time you get injured, you're fucking fighting back. Like, I think managers go, I need a player like that in the dressing room. You know what I mean? Maybe he's got some similarity. I think he's a better player, but maybe he's got some similarities to McTominay in that sense. But
you can I would keep him. I understand that. And I think with Mount, managers like him, like Southgate used to get stick for it, didn't he? Tuchel loved him. Ten Hag loved him.
Tuchel's system was
Amorim obviously loved him. Starts him in big games. Started him in the Etihad. Started him in the cup final.
He literally said, "I love Mason Mount."
I love that boy.
No, but you can't do more than that, can you? And I don't think with Mason Mount, like, you look at him, you go, he ain't looking after himself or he's being a knobhead. It's just unfortunate his injuries, and also some just just bad luck, really. Isn't it? And 1 or 2 performances where he needs to step up a bit more.
Why are you still here, bro?
This is it. It's Groundhog Day, isn't it? He's looking lean. Luke Shaw. He's looking good. We've had that one before, haven't we?
It's the Casemiro's looking lean as well.
I know. It feels like 2024.
At least he's not made of biscuits, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Casemiro's usually plays, doesn't he? Well, when we have to.
I wouldn't be like, out of all the players that we've kind of written off and gone, Casemiro's the one that I think he could surprise. Yeah.
I hope so. Because
towards the end of the season, the manager pointed out, like, I was using Casemiro wrong at the start. I needed to realise I couldn't use him in that way.
He fucking shot the bed though a bit, Amorim, because it was like I was using him wrong. Him and Ugarte seemed to work, and then he just dropped Ugarte.
Ugarte ain't it?
And no, I think Ugarte looked good at the start of the season, and I think his downturn in form came when Amorim realised Casemiro was doing too much running. I think by the end of the season, Ugarte's getting
yes, because now Ugarte is
minutes.
Responsible. Sorry to cut you off there, but it's to add to your point. To add to that, though, you're saying, oh well, Casemiro can't do the running, so now Ugarte can't. But Ugarte's responsibility then became to be on the ball, and he's not good enough.
But I also think it was. I think I agree to a certain extent with that he might not be good enough as a ball progressor. But I think because Casemiro's role and running was limited, I think Ugarte had to do it. So I think he's running more, he's trying to cover more space, he's doing a decent job at it actually, his numbers and his winning the ball back still good. And then Casemiro gets to sort of stroll about a bit more, isn't expected to leg it up. Do you remember under Ten Hag, when Casemiro was being asked to do the Frenkie de Jong role, or the fucking up and down athletic number 8 role, and the midfield was just an absolute black hole. Yeah. It was completely empty. That is the level of athleticism we actually need in a midfielder. That was Casemiro 2 years ago. So to get a tune out of Casemiro, you get what he's good at, which is set pieces, playing the ball early, and reading the game. But running, he cannot do it. So someone else has to do it for him. And in a system that's built on players, everyone getting up and everyone getting back, high press, deep lines when you're off the ball and when they get into your half, I think someone else was picking up the slack for him, and I think it was Ugarte. And I think that hurt Ugarte's game.
Isn't good enough on the ball.
Well, maybe he's not.
It was all got a bit weird with Ugarte, and it's like Amorim proper fell out with him after that West Ham game.
Yeah,
it's like
we'll see how that goes.
That pissed me off.
I think it pissed off Amorim.
When he just sat on the floor.
Yeah, and I think Amorim literally thought, I can't rely on you.
Subbed him off straight
I just hope it's not forever.
But isn't that like? Remember Van Gaal when Javier Hernandez missed that penalty and he kind of went. Yeah. And it's like oh my God. That's a moment your opinion just changes of someone.
That's what I was going to say.
I feel like that
Everton semi-final with Fosu Mensah when he gave away the penalty.
Yeah.
And Van Gaal subbed him and then just dropped him forever.
Yeah. But that can be the moment your opinion of someone's whole personality changes because they've decided in that moment, I ain't getting up.
Yeah, Ten Hag did the same with De Gea in the FA Cup final, I think.
Yeah.
Those 2 goals went in and he went, I'm done.
That's it. I don't care, we've give you a contract, we're taking it away. And we're going to go out and buy it.
And hopefully that hasn't happened with Ugarte. But I think that Ugarte is then being asked to be a player that he isn't. And not only is he a sort of breaking up play, short passes, he's now having to win the ball further up because the guy next to him can't get there. He's the one who has to play that first initial pass out of defence because the guy next to him isn't there. I'm not saying Casemiro was useless next to him, but Casemiro was allowed to be the best holiday version of Casemiro, while you've got, the Sherpa carrying his bags up the mountain for him. And I think that that's a little bit harsh on Ugarte because with the right person next to him, I think there's a player in Ugarte, and he's 23.
He deserves his second season.
Yeah,
he's going to get it. He's going to get his second season. He's not going anywhere.
No.
We spoke about everyone having 2 seasons. This is his time now. And if we're having the same conversation this time next summer, then he's got to go.
We need it's not going to be him, I know, but a Michael, obviously it's not going to be Michael Carrick, I was going to say Adam Wharton, but if you put Michael Carrick next to Ugarte and let Ugarte do the Hargreaves role, which he's not as good as whatever we can.
No, but then if you had a Michael Carrick, you don't need Ugarte anymore.
You do.
You can play someone like me. This is what I'm saying. He's too limited to be in the Premier League. Like, everyone looks at Kante and thinks Ugarte does the Kante role. But guess what? Kante was fucking excellent on the ball. Ugarte isn't good enough on the ball. And watching PSG, you just go, I know why they sold him. Because these keep the ball. They don't lose. They don't waste a pass. They keep it moving, they keep it progressing. They also do the dirty stuff. They also do the tackling and all that. But you've got to be able to pass the ball.
Well, the thing with PSG
if you're just constantly giving it away, turnover after turnover, we're fucked.
Yeah, but firstly, Ugarte doesn't constantly give it away turnover after turnover. He does give it away more than a Carrick would, for instance. But he doesn't. He's not like, oh my God, 50% of the time he gets the ball, he loses it. That isn't the case. And PSG are really the only top-level example of that. Everyone else does have a destructive player in their team. Like Arsenal had...
Bring some of them up and I'll tell you why they're not like Ugarte.
I'm not saying they are like Ugarte or that he's the best one available, but I think we've seen a held-back version of Ugarte because I don't think it's all just on Casemiro that he improved. Casemiro looked absolutely finished the season before, and then this season he's had a little sort of upturn. I don't think that's just because Casemiro thought, I'll just be a better player.
I think it was a combination of 2 things. One, I think his fitness level went up. And 2, the manager identified, bruv, you're just going to sit there, you're going to chill, don't be the hero, don't start running around. And I think that made a massive difference.
But at what cost?
The one thing I'm not saying, sell Ugarte, because the one thing that could happen is, if your wing-backs improve, all of a sudden, you don't even have to move. You can just make those short passes there. Remember, Jordan Henderson, once Trent goes there, and then you just start protecting your wing-backs as they go up. That could work. If Amad Diallo's there, he can kind of just become his chaperone, someone to just guard him and make sure, he's protected at all times and he can cover him in the back. So I still think there's maybe something that could be saved there. But my first impressions are, he's not a Premier League top level Premier League player. Like we look at T. Piddy, yeah, who was the Arsenal equivalent of that. Horrible person, but a lot better on the ball than Ugarte. You look at Zubamendi coming in to replace him.
Yeah.
You look at Rodri. You look at Fernandinho. Chelsea have got Moises Caicedo, Enzo. I don't rate Enzo actually. Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia. All these players are better than Ugarte.
But I think potentially that's true. But look at Arsenal. Declan Rice is doing so much more running, tackling.
He's so much more of a player
than Casemiro is, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not just who's there; it's who's next to Caicedo, who's next to Thomas Partey. I mean, that's the question for the police. But you look at Declan Rice. If you swap Casemiro for Rice, I think then all of a sudden Ugarte looks twice the player. If you swap,
but our problem is,
at City, you've got runners next to him.
Our problem is, and this isn't the whole Pogba thing. We need someone to unlock him, bollocks, because I didn't believe in that anyway. But like, you need a balanced team, right? And you need to get the best out of your best players. Our best players are Bruno and Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield.
Okay.
Is he the foil for them? I think he could maybe for Bruno.
Yeah. I get your point. I do get that point.
Like I don't want to see Kobbie Mainoo on the bench more often than not.
I've said the same thing, and I said I know it doesn't make sense, but I'd even try that combination.
What combination? Sorry.
Bruno and Kobbie Mainoo. I would.
I
would.
You know what? As it stands, and I know I love Joshua Zirkzee, so this means him on the bench. But it's just Bruno false nine. I don't trust Rasmus Højlund, bro. Bruno false nine, Casemiro and Kobbie, or Casemiro with Guy. I don't know. Make something happen.
The centre backs are so important in all this as well. How they push up. I think toward the end of the season, especially at Euro, I was
Lissandro as well.
Lissandro obviously come.
I seen him turning up to what's his?
He's still coming back in it.
He's still
He's back on grass, but he's not ready.
How long he's got?
He's not doing any contact stuff.
At the start of the season when Amorim came in, the centre backs didn't know whether to go, whether to stay. They're looking at him. They're unsure. You've lost a player out of the midfield for the sake of gaining an extra defender and 5 at the back. So those defenders, those centre backs, have to push up with their men and push into the midfield regularly. Do you remember at the end of the season how often we'd see Lenny Yoro on the edge of their 18-yard box, and he would be either passing, getting balls involved, he would be carrying the ball up the pitch. Once that happens, once you've got a back three that know that role properly and are pushing and dropping forward or dropping back with their opposition player, then the midfielders also have less of a job. It all kind of stacks and stacks and stacks, so it all needs to be right for people's weaknesses to be covered up, I think.
The Leacher return is expected to be back in pre-season training mid-July. And they're kind of hoping to get him ready for mid-September. So it's not that bad.
No, it's not too far.
I imagine after the first international break.
But yeah.
Because there's usually one after 3 league games, isn't it?
Yoro de Ligt Martinez.
Yoro de Ligt Martinez is the one. Like, I'm not too concerned about centre-backs. Then you've got Aiden Heaven. It doesn't look like Maguire's going anywhere. You know, maybe you need some cover in there. But you've got your... Fredrickson looked good at some points as well when I've seen him. Although it's very limited amount of minutes I've seen. Was that his name?
Fredrickson? Yeah. Tyler Fredrickson.
Yeah, I thought he looked good at times as well. So it's not...
No, I think centre-backs
that I'm worried about.
On the whole.
The wing-backs, you got... All right. Paddy Dorgu, Amad Diallo, I imagine is going to be counted as one of those. Who else we got? Dalot.
We've got...
Technically, Mazraoui can be there or centre-back.
I don't know whether he's going to be used.
Diego's staying with the squad.
Yeah.
You hear what he said? He goes, I ain't going on loan.
Love that.
And then he goes on that.
It's going to be like Rooney. Remember when Rooney turned up to Everton? Yeah. Fucking hell, these are shit.
That's one of the best podcasts ever where Rooney's just telling it how it is. Class.
Yeah, Wazza. Still waiting. Still waiting. Promised.
So it's not quite as fucked as you was making out then earlier, Macca.
No, it is. Because the business, we need to do business. And
we've still got some good.
I do hate that as well.
Like, we need another striker.
We go pre-season and that. And it's like, what's the point in this training? Because there's 8 players from the academy. And I don't mean the Cheetos of this world who are probably going to be involved. And 8 players that are never going to get a game, really. And it's just a waste of pre-season training, it feels like sometimes. You want to have that squad there. You want to have the squaddy together,
though,
man.
I think we put too much on the pre-season.
It's important for Ruben, you know. But you know what? Sorry.
I remember Van Gaal watching us in pre-season. I thought we were going to win the league.
It's not
And
about
we were
that. Though,
shite.
is it? It's about Ruben Amorim being able to be on the training pitch with these guys every single day. Everyone to like kind of understand each other, have an understanding of each other as players, like have an understanding of the system. I think for Ruben Amorim, he needs
I get all that.
He's craving it.
Hasn't
Forget
he
that I'm
got-
not about results.
Hasn't he got that though with at least probably 7 or 8 of his first team?
Yeah.
We're not going to buy 5 first team players. We're probably going to buy another 2. So he's got the bulk of his first team there, really and truly. I understand your point. I want Brian and Boomer on that tour more as much as anyone. I just think that it's not the be all and end all. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like he's still got the bulk of his team there. He's still got the players there that he's going to be relying on.
We're
And
not
it's-
going to buy a striker.
And it's only going to be 1 or 2 that are going to come in.
After Mbeumo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Let's
that-
get Mbeumo done for the tour. Get him out in America
I'd
with
love to
everyone
see him in
else.
America.
Maybe you've even got.
And then we get a
Mbeumo's
midfielder
your
and a striker.
now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
And
against
Cobb's
that.
up
Yeah,
top.
I wouldn't be like...
I don't know. It's just a mess.
It's just a mess.
It's a mess. And one day we'll all be dead.
And that
Hopefully.
is the true release, isn't it? The sweet grip of death. One day, eh?
Can't wait.
Right, let's call it a day. Thank
On
you
that
very
cheery
much
note.
for joining
Don't
us.
make us end on that note.
Well, actually, for the last few minutes then,
Because if I keel
on,
over
alright,
on the
alright.
motorway now, and
No,
those are
alright.
my last words,
Before, yeah.
say something else quick.
Yeah.
I love living.
There you
But-
go. All right, wife, me.
This
Pre-season. Talking about
time-
pre-season.
This time next week, the
be
next off the
millionaires.
bar that you see will be from America. I think from New York. I don't
New
think we'll be in
York.
Chicago by then.
As they call it.
I'm very
Get off
excited.
the
I'm getting a list
sidewalk.
together of different restaurants that we need to go to. Have you ever had? This isn't like a local thing. I
I've
think
got a
this is
list,
big chain.
funny, because I got a list of coffee shops. They don't sell coffee, though, weirdly.
Have you been to Dave's Hot Chicken?
No.
Have you seen it?
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Everyone in America will be like, yeah, God, I've been loads. It's like chicken tenders, but the amount of
What, is it just like
spicy-
Cane's?
There's Popeyes
No,
down
it's
the
like
road, mate.
yeah, well, it's like that, but it's the powder and the seasoning and
Really?
the sauces look absolutely
Dave's
wild.
Hot Chicken.
Yeah, and they've got loads of different strengths of
Where's
heat.
this?
It's all over America.
Right.
Waffle House is in Chicago. and
Okay,
Atlanta.
so we're like Waffle House,
Yeah.
but I want to try Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's
It
Hot
looks
Chicken, Waffle House.
fantastic.
want to go to a few mafia joints.
Yeah, there's
man.
there's a pizza place in New York that I saw a video of the other day, and it's owned by these guys who had like a 3 Michelin star restaurant. A pepperoni and andouille pizza is, Jay, guess how much? Normal, like it's not got gold on it or anything. It's just a normal pizza.
$75.
$65
Fucking hell.
for a pizza.
Yeah, but when you convert it into pounds,
It's only 55.
there you go.
It's only 3 times what a Domino's costs.
Domino's
so-
cost fucking expensive.
Domino's,
about
you're off your head. I've not
25
been
quid
there
now, innit?
since the 90s.
We ain't going Domino's.
No, I've been Domino's in a long
Fuck
time.
it.
So we're not going to go there, but I've got some pizza
I want to
places.
go Lucali's in Brooklyn, man, but it's,
I wanna go
it's
to
one of them
Lucali's.
weird places where you need to, there's no bookings, no reservations.
No, you just got to queue
walk
for
in.
10 hours.
Or you just got to be David Beckham and Ed Sheeran. and
Or
you
David
get to go
Bentley and Ed Balls.
Yes.
You know, just maybe some B-listers.
in. Favourite Ed?
Favourite Ed? Good question. Ed Hardy. Off
Who's-
of the old T-shirts.
Favourite Ed?
Ed Moses.
Not Van der Sar. Sad.
Ed van der Sar.
I don't think of Edwin counting as an Ed.
Do you think his face called him Ed? Hey, Ed.
Ed, who's yours?
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Ed van... well, which one? You've said 3.
The whole thing.
The whole
you know
thing.
all like that.
That's a bit of a cheat
Ed,
code.
You know what
Van
I've been
der
doing
Sar.
again? I've been playing Red Dead Redemption, you know.
number,
Got well into
number
that bad
doozy.
boy.
Yeah, so good, innit? You're not into gaming, are you, Jay?
No, not really. Why are you looking like that?
Crazy.
I'm a 45-year-old man. Like,
It's a great
come on,
release.
man. My kids like it. Well, my lad, he likes his gaming and that. But it's not for me.
You say that, I'm a 45. I remember my dad, like, I think Uncharted or something come out. He used to love those games. He took like 3 days off work.
it was
But I'm doing that when GTA 6 comes out. I ain't
Yeah.
going to be doing any of this shit.
I felt bad when I let my lad play GTA. And his mate come round. And I was like, oh, have you got that? He went, no, mum won't let me play on it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
because you hit prostitutes with
Yeah.
a knife.
yeah.
Picks up hookers.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Sits there with his body drained.
Yeah.
You see, they've just got loads of people like tied up in a room.
The
just-
language as well. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe this isn't a good look.
Yeah. How many people can we run over in 45 seconds? Yeah, my mum don't let me play this that much.
I've been hunting the legendary animals.
Pokemon.
I want
Fuck
Red
it
Dead.
up.
Oh, have you? Well, like a bear with like.
Quite sad when you
5
skin
legs.
them and that, innit?
Yeah, it is. And you taking all the skin off a big bear.
Sound like Stephen Howson. That's like what he gets up to in real
He
life.
does it in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, good fun.
Sad then.
Fun. Have we covered everything?
I think we've covered everything.
Wizard
That's
of
probably
Oz.
a great
What
place
was-
to wrap it up.
Wizard of Oz.
Someone sent me some stuff, man.
Jungle
about things
Book.
like that.
Someone send you some stuff.
And let me
about
know if there's
things
any
like
good
that.
podcasts, like murder mystery ones and stuff. I like getting stuck into them. In the Dark was very good.
Donnie Brasco.
Your Own
one.
Backyard
Donnie
was very
Brasco
good.
one was good.
The,
that you
Donnie
had on
Brasco, the real Donnie Brasco one. The one I'm listening to at the moment is called Bear Brook, which is quite good.
Bareback. Is that bad?
Is that what you're listening to? You're
I
watching
normally
it?
open that in my incognito tab.
Bareback?
Yeah. Oh, I must have pressed the wrong button.
Broke back.
See you Wednesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. I'm very excited. You know.
Oh,
You
Loads
not
to come out
excited?
before that though. We've got loads of interviews.
Are you
Loads
really
we've got the
excited? I'm not
watch-along on
excited yet. I'm
Saturday as
thinking
well.
about these fucking visas.
Yeah, we'll get them sorted
yeah,
today.
get them sold.
Right, that's going to be all
Everyone do
from us.
their own, man.
Thank you for joining us. This has been Off the Bar.
United.
We'll see you in a bit.